I am very excited to review this one. Stage 5 has now begun. Things are starting to get pretty brutal. Let's start off with the middle section. You might wonder what's happened here. Because last time we saw Pankrell, he was in the air. And he was jumping towards Plo. When Pankrell landed on the ground, he created a massive force push 360 all around him. So all the clones and crates flew in different directions, basically smushing each other. A lot of clones got squished. When he landed, he sliced Plo's head and torso off. And why no droids got pushed is because they were too far away. Obi-Wan got pretty pissed and now he's charging towards Krell. I'm not sure how this will end up, but it ain't gonna be good. And if you missed it, Wolf and Vaughn are now dead. This perimeter and the fuel tanks are now taking heavy fire. So yeah, they might explode, who knows. Also, the perimeter has already taken some casualties and that is not good. Why is this guy laying here? Well, he fell off the roof. And someone quite powerful is finally joining the battle.
Too tired, I am.
These guys have also started to engage the enemy, assisting their brothers from above. But it is not looking very good for this group either, because the commando droids are quite the killers.
This nigga a killer.
But someone who's even worse is Count Dooku himself. And he's now smiling after cutting Ahsoka Tano in half. Let's be real guys, Count Dooku is better.
I've become more powerful than any Jedi.
The other Vaughn has also died, but in a more brutal way. And I forgot to mention that this machine has now infiltrated and released all of these droids. Even though it seems like Darth Tyrannus is doing very well, he did take a lot of losses over here. These specialists did put up quite a difficult fight. Just look at how many B2 battle droids that they beat. And now, someone who's finally arrived is Darth Sidious himself. He currently sees no point in joining the battle because the Separatists are already doing quite well by themselves. Just look at how beautiful this is.
I gotta tell you, it was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
And yes, the specialist sniper is still alive, but I can't say the same for the people on this side. This battle was pretty draw until Ki-Adi-Mundi got shocked. He was too busy thinking about his wives and the droid attack on the Wookiees.
What about the droid attack on the Wookiees?
May he rest in blood and pieces. The only clone currently alive from this squadron is Rex. And he's pretty shocked at what he sees. Grievous is kicking Skywalker with all his might. It's about to get pretty messy.
What a mess.
But that's pretty much it for this stage, so I'll see you in the next one. The droid army has made some great progress. The Republic's perimeter is being destroyed. The fuel tanks couldn't handle the heat, and neither could all of these dead clones. In all this death and destruction, there are some good news because Pankrell has been slayed. Obi-Wan was his perfect counter. He is indeed quite experienced with dealing people with 4 arms. But someone with 2 arms, however, that's gonna be a different story. The Dark Lord of the Sith is making his special move against Kenobi. It is not looking good for our Jedi friend. But hopefully the Force will be on his side. This droid army itself is going to be quite difficult to dismantle. And keep in mind that there are more droids in the MTT. Now let's look at the left side of the temple. All of these clones, deceased. But who could have done this? Some of them were killed by the elite commando droids. And the unlucky ones were killed by Count Dooku himself. And why these 3 guys are laying down here is because Dooku used force pull to pull them off the building. They pretty much died on impact. And now the arrogant Sith Lord is facing his old master. Now it will be decided if he's more powerful than any Jedi. On top of the temple's roof, the specialist is still alive and the officers have now grabbed some guns and are helping. However, I do not believe that it's going to be a game changer. To Obi-Wan's rights, Cody has unfortunately passed away. He probably could have died by the explosion or by these droids. Grievous has now sliced up the beloved Captain Rex and he's now bleeding out on the steps. Anakin is enraged, using all of his anger and hatred. He recovered quite quickly. Get it? Because he got kicked?
I want to die.
I almost feel bad for Grievous now because he's going to receive quite the payback. Anyways, these are all the droids remaining, and here are pretty much all the clones. That is pretty much all for this stage, so I'll see you guys in the next one. Stage 7 of the battle is now taking place. Let us begin. Grievous got absolutely annihilated by none other than the Chosen One himself. However, the Chosen One seems to have lost himself on the way. His master, Obi-Wan Kenobi, was slaughtered by none other than Darth Sidious himself. As we can see, Anakin did not take that death lightly. He has now called upon the dark side of the Force, crushing all the threats that dare stand in his way. He's even levitating the entire MTT. Unless someone stops Anakin soon, all these droids will turn into scrap. Another one who has faced death is Darth Tyrannus. He lost both his hands and his head. It doesn't seem like he can ever escape that fate.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Now the Jedi Grandmaster Yoda is fighting the Dark Lord of the Sith, Darth Sidious. And as always, only one will come out on top. But who will be decided in the next stage? I have some unfortunate news. The specialist sniper has been killed. But so far, all of these guys are still alive. Their fate is currently depending on Yoda and Anakin. So I'll see you guys with the final results. The final round has now begun. All the droids got decimated by Anakin's force push, leaving no droid left standing. However, the Separatists were not the only ones who suffered casualties. Our green friend has gotten killed by the Sith Lord.
Nice job, team.
Anakin is not gonna let this one slide. Anakin has now gained the upper hand, force pushing the Dark Lord like it was nothing. Chaos has occurred and people are running towards the streets. Some of the officers have also frozen like carbonite. We are now witnessing the final battle before our own eyes. Now, let us see who wins. People are now running out of the building.
I said, hold on. I said, hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Yeah, it's rewind time.
Terrified by the horror that they have just witnessed. The final duel has now been decided. Palpatine finally gives head to the Chosen One.
I'm gonna come.
We now have our victor and our results. The Republic takes the crown. You might wonder what is next, and I do have some pretty good news. More battles are coming, but this time it's going to be brick films. More information on that will be revealed soon enough. But until then, like and subscribe and I'll see you shortly. May the Force be with you always. I see that you're still watching and your patience will be rewarded. So here are some more information about the brick film. So 2 episodes have already been written and 1 of them will be made this month. And the script for these brick films are far better than the ones I did before. I know this story is going to be incredibly funny and I'm very excited to deepen the lore. This is the start of a new era. We're about to break history. The C-Coin verse is about to begin.